The DCEU is one of the most controversial topics in modern film, with fans who love and hate the franchise. With established characters dating all the way back to the 1990s, the DC Extended Universe is full of a few hits and misses. However, being such a controversial topic, we are going to discuss, will the DCEU crash and burn? Welcome guys to the Movieflix, and today we're going to be talking about whether or not the future of the DCEU is actually going to be a good one or it's going to be a rocky future. So with that, we are going to start with our first point, being the Dark Knight paradox. Before we get into the rest of the video, the Dark Knight paradox is where the filmmaker makes all of his films like the Dark Knight trilogy, dark, gloomy, and very grounded. And for the most part, this does work, as in we saw it in the Dark Knight trilogy, which it was amazing, and it really worked for that film and the universe that was established in that trilogy. However, going forward with the DCEU, it doesn't seem to work. And trying to make everything grounded and realistic isn't something that they should really go for.
I certainly hope not.
On trying to establish these characters, especially characters like Superman, who are full of hopeful and are supposed to be filled with bright looking scenery and colors. You can have a good movie that can be realistic, grounded, and work without having to make everything look faded and washed out. And this is what kind of hurt and hit the DCEU, with all their movies being pretty dull and dark. We saw it with Wonder Woman, which was the first DCEU movie that came out of this and looked gorgeous. However, the previous three movies were pretty dull and washed out, if you ask me. And this is actually the reason why people love the Guardians of the Galaxy, because making a good story with great characters, yet making it very colorful and looking good, really helps bring out that aesthetic in it. And that's why a lot of people love Guardians of the Galaxy compared to, say, Batman v Superman, which was very washed down and very dark and very gloomy. However, let's get to the next point. Moving too fast. So the DCEU, was way too fast in establishing its universe, trying to create crossovers and events within like the second movie. Man of Steel was a good movie. I really liked it. I found it to be a really good movie. However, Batman v Superman was clustered with universe establishing moments like introducing Wonder Woman, Batman, Doomsday, and all these characters in one movie kind of took us out of the story with terrible pacing. It wasn't very good. Maybe the Ultimate Edition was really good with another half an hour added, but it still didn't help the movie and its establishment of the film universe. So we saw the same with Suicide Squad, where they tried to go and do this big huge event kind of thing, and it really hurt the franchise. However, with Man of Steel and Wonder Woman, we got two good standalone movies. Yes, Man of Steel was gloomy and washed out. However, it delivered on a good movie or a decent movie. And Wonder Woman was its first critical hit that resonated with a lot of fans. So if what they should have done is they could have done a Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman movie at first, and then done Batman with Superman, which would have been a much better idea and a much smarter idea. We are 4 movies in, and we're gonna have Justice League after 4 movies, which should work, but it feels like they've just rushed into this, and it kind of hurts the film. What they should have done is establish good characters, good locations, good stories, with a few nods and subtleties of Easter eggs in it. This would have really made it a really, really good build-up, and that is what Marvel did. However, it kind of didn't do that, and they just rushed into this. It pretty much hurt the film. Having a good setup with great character motivations, planning the future of the DCEU, like maybe they did this really well with Batman v Superman and Man of Steel, the starting of Batman v Superman, where how it builds off the end of Man of Steel. The rest of the movie didn't follow up to it, but it was a good start. So they could have done something like this throughout the universe and then gotten to say Batman v Superman and then Justice League, which would have been a great build up. With that, guys, we go to the next point, the final point, which is learning. Here we ask the question, will the DCEU crash and burn? Now, they are learning with three misses and one hit, which was Wonder Woman, which was a critical hit and loved by a lot of people. They are on the right path. And hiring Joss Whedon to do the Justice League movie and Aquaman coming out next year, which apparently people say looks really good, and kind of making good stories and focusing more on their properties, the DCU looks like it's going to have a good future. And maybe, just maybe, within the next 5 years, we'll have a DCEU universe on par with the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
What's the S stand for?
It's not an S. In my world, it means hope.
Wouldn't we all love that? So after the mess which was Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad, DC is really putting in more focus on their characters, hiring good directors, and really making sure that the future of the DCEU actually works and can be a good, enjoyable franchise, rather than just a cluster mess of establishing all these characters in one movie and having a big battle. DC is now trying to focus more on their stories and they are establishing their characters, which honestly I'm really into, and I really hope they do and deliver on this. We saw it with Wonder Woman, we'd probably see it with Justice League, with Joss Whedon doing it now. So honestly, the DCEU might actually be good within the next couple of years and could be on par with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So with that, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a comment below saying, do you think whether it would crash or burn, or whether it would succeed? And if you do like this video, you could always subscribe and watch our previous videos that we've done. With that, guys, stay tuned to the Movieflix.